Okay. Please continue.
Okay, so while in LA, I remember this. I was on a 6-hour bus going from Vegas to LA. And I had a conversation with her. She wrote to me and she asked me how I was doing. And at first I was like, didn't want to talk to her, but I was just like, you know what, let me just open up to this girl. So I told her how I really felt. I told her that, you know, this is different for me. This is not what I expected. You know, like I had plans with just me and him by ourselves, you know, and that I do feel like I'm not enough. I told her that I felt like if I was enough, he wouldn't want her here. And I told her, no, like, please don't take it offensive, you know, but like, I feel like if I was enough, like he wouldn't want you around, like he wouldn't need your love or feel like he needs your love. Yeah. And I told her that I hate that I feel this way. Like I told her I feel selfish because, you know, in poly world, you know, I watched a lot of videos there. You know, they love each other. They give equal love to everyone, you know, and I just couldn't accept that he was going to love her the same way he loved me, you know, and I just couldn't accept that, you know, and even fair. If I did, even if we did accept that, you know, I wouldn't want her just because of me, because of the way I feel. I wouldn't want him to focus just all on me and make her feel any less, you know, like, why would she want to feel like that too, you know? But I told her I feel selfish. And honestly, she didn't tell me, oh, don't feel selfish. You know, this is normal. Like, you know, like, you don't deserve this, you know, you do deserve better. It was all like her telling, oh, it's about your mental, about being open and about understanding and stuff like that. And I told her how these days having her around these 3 days watching them, because, you know, sometimes I would share the front seat. I would let her just so, you know, she could feel equal. And even though it bothered me, I just wanted to try and I just allowed it to happen. So that's why I also I wouldn't want anybody to feel bad about how I felt because I allowed this to happen, you know? Mm-hmm. But I told her that just watching them connect, I was just like, I don't even know why he loves me anymore. Like me and this girl we're totally different from our height, the way we look, our hair. We are completely different. Our music, the way we talk, she's outgoing. She has a lot of friends. She parties a lot. I'm not like that at all. Like I'm a chill person. I like to stay at home. I listen to country music. I don't know I know some rap songs, but like she knows every word and they listen to the same amount of music, like the same type of music. And I'm just like questioning, like, why does he even want me around? I'm nothing like her, you know? And I told her,
but Alexis, that's why I tell you that's a superpower. You being different from the crowd. Who the fuck wants to follow everything that everybody's doing and being the same person and listening to Cardi B and fucking Megan all day?
And that's where I felt like I wasn't enough. Like, you know, I was like, damn, like this is everywhere, you know, like I feel like I'm different. Like, why am I not enough? Like, why do you want somebody else? And
before you continue, also, I think I just noticed something. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like a lot of times you're saying that you just wanted to try, right? And even though you got a bad feeling, even though you didn't want to do something, even though it was against everything you wanted to do, you wanted to try. Think about how you were literally doing that to benefit someone else, and you're not paying attention to your gut and your inner self telling you, this is not an environment I want to be in. Your body tells you exactly how it's feeling. And a lot of times
intuition.
Yeah, your intuition. We call it butterflies when we're around a guy or something like that. And a lot of times that's just our gut telling us, hell fucking no, stay away. You shouldn't have butterflies at all. You should feel calm. You should feel collected. So like, I see what you're saying where you're like, you wanted to give it a shot, but you should not give it a shot if you know it's taking away from who you are as an individual.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I just feel like there was just a reason why. And I feel like I got the reason why I wanted to try, and I'll tell you at the end of this video. Ooh. But also, you know, he also told me, like, when I would back down, he would be like, oh, but you didn't even try. You know, like, you're not trying. How, you know, like, and so that's why I was also like, oh, like, this is not what I told him. This is not, I know what I want. I know what I like. I know, like, come on, I've been myself for 27 years, you know, like, I know what I want. But it was always like, oh, you only gave it 3 days. You only gave it a week. Like, how would
they
you know?
shoved
Like,
that shit down your throat and expected you to be on a handstand, like
and
at the end of the
like,
fourth night.
And he was always like, oh, and if it doesn't work, we can laugh about this in 10 years. It's like, no, I'm not going to laugh about how I fucking felt not enough. Like, that's not nothing to laugh about in 10 years, you know? Like, it's crazy, like, how you don't see how you make me feel. And again, I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think he understands the way he made me feel. And it was crazy how he argued with me, and he told me,
like you just said, he doesn't understand how you feel. That is the biggest
he doesn't,
trick.
but
they
he
can
says
only
he
understand
does.
how they feel. They don't understand other people's feelings.
Yeah,
that's a narcissistic trait of, like, they have no empathy, put it that way.
Mm-hmm. He tells me all the time, oh, I know how you know, you made me feel like I was enough before, because, you know, one time I did something to him. I was just like, dude, that's not the same. You would never, not even half the women in this world know how I feel. You won't know how I feel until you see another man with me, touching me in the same bed as you, until I'm in the middle of that. That's when you're going to know how I feel. And then from there, you're going to feel like you're not enough. Like, you're shit. Like, wow, why am I even here? Like, you know, like, it's crazy. And you're going to argue with me saying that you understand. You would never know. You would never understand how I feel. But, so we had that conversation, you know, I told her how I feel, and I told her that I felt like it's not a feeling of jealousy. It's more of like, I don't want to share. And, you know, I told her I felt selfish, and she said, basically don't think I'm any less than her, you know, like, her response wasn't really like helped me a lot, you know. It was more of, oh, just, you know, just, I'm doing it too, let's just keep a positive mindset and just see how this goes, and we're just trying it, you know. And I'm just like, all right. I also opened up to her about like me struggling with the intimacy part. Like, he kind of like, there was a part where, you know, we tried to be sexual, not me and her, but like, we kind of did something to him, and it was so uncomfortable. Like, I felt like it was like it was kind of like forced, like, you know, like, we don't want to do this, like, this is not, and it's like the third fucking day, what are you doing, dude? Like, this can't happen, you know. Like, he would be like, oh, give her a kiss, and I'd just be like, no, I'm not giving her a kiss, I got fucking braces on, I just fucking ate onions, like, leave me alone. You know, like, and it was just so annoying. And you know, I told her about the intimacy part. I told her that it bothers me that, you know, I see her touch, him touching her, and then vice versa. You know, I also asked her, like, how does it feel like to know that, like, when you leave, me and him might have sex, and, you know, like, it bothers me to know if I'm gone or if I'm taking a shower, like, what are y'all doing? Like, you know, I don't know. I think a lot, you know. I'm in the shower, and I'm right away, my freaking mind is just going all over the place, you know. And just even when we're in bed, and, you know, the whole sleeping arrangement part was like, it was kind of out of the question for me. He slept in the middle, but I was always like facing that way. He knew not to cuddle with me. I just didn't. That was the most uncomfortable part. Every time I had to take a melatonin to go to sleep and to not wake up in the night, because if I feel something move, or if I feel them moving a blanket, I'm going to think that they're doing something behind my back. Like, that was all the time. And I couldn't help thinking like that, you know. And I felt like shit. And, you know, then I don't want to ask him the next day, like, hey, did you guys do something? Because, you know, like, I don't want to know, one. And two is like, I feel like that was like not overstepping, because I should ask, you know, like, I shouldn't feel like I should not ask, but I just felt uncomfortable asking him that, you know. But there was a lot of times where I was just like in my bed crying silently while they're there, you know, like, kind of like, I don't know what they're doing, you know. But he always said they didn't do anything, and I believed him, but I always was just like, whatever, you know. But
the fact that you're just in that situation and he still don't give a fuck about your feelings is just crazy to me.
Bro, he's
And the fact that she is telling you, giving you advice of how to have your like don't be insecure, bitch. If you wasn't here, I wouldn't have this.
Exactly. Exactly. And she told me, I asked her how she felt too. Like, you know, I was like, this is how I felt bothered. I always feel like you guys are always doing something behind my back. And, you know, I can't help how I feel. And then she told me how she felt. And she said that it bothers her too, but that she stays positive. because she put herself in this, I don't want to say not normal because poly is normal, but it's, it's not something that
it's unorthodox. It's unorthodox.
So she put herself in this
all
situation.
Parties want to be in the situation. That's when it's normal, when all parties agree.
Exactly.
Nobody feels insecure. That's it.
So she put herself in a situation, so she expects to deal with something that she's not used to, like, so she expects to deal with that, but like she's trying to look at it in a positive way.
This girl, I'm sorry, is she in fucking therapy or something? Like, there's something missing. I feel like there's something missing.
Probably her father. Probably her father.
No, there's a serious disconnect for her to be.
She's very different.
Wait, for her to be a mental health advocate and all of this, and to be outgoing and all these things, none of that shit matters because you don't know her character yet. How the fuck can you contradict yourself with everything you say? If a woman is telling you straight up, I don't like what is happening, I don't feel comfortable, your reaction and your rebuttal is not to go against what they're saying and try to manipulate them back into it, but to understand it and step the fuck back. Like,
and I think what it was because I was just like, yeah, I feel this way, but I'm willing to try. But I feel like as a person, for me, like if I'm in a situation and if someone's telling me this and then but I'm willing to try, I don't want to put you in that situation.
Me neither.
Like I wouldn't put you in that, it's the but I'm willing, like, I don't want you to have no buts, I don't want to make you feel no type of way. So automatically, like, I do think, like, there was always in the back of my mind, like, why is she doing this? Like,
there's something
up. So okay with this.
If it's in the back of your mind, also, it means that you've gotten a gut feeling each and every time you've had to have a conversation with her. Everything that you've told me so far, there is not one good thing about this girl. There's not one good thing. Like, I wanted to be not biased about this, and I'm still not. But she literally, from the beginning, from the kiss and from the introduction of, like, I'm willing to do this, she literally admitted that she's willing to go through all of this for him. So I think something's off.
I think it's him, like, I know they have their own separate conversations and stuff like that. And he kind of was just like, oh, you have to, like, nudge her, because she's not gonna, so she was putting herself out there and she's trying. But yeah, I definitely think there was always something in the back of my mind, like, why is she so willing to do this? Like, is she really that in love with him? Like, like, I get it, but, like, I don't know, I wouldn't do this. And we also had a conversation that, we agreed that this is the way it started. It's not good. Like, usually people in a poly relationship, they don't have history with one of the girls. It would have been different if me and him was like, hey, let's bring in a girl that we don't know, we don't have history, but you have history with this girl, And I always felt like he wanted us both together so he can see which one is better and compare us to. Even though he said he didn't compare, but this dude stayed comparing us. Like, oh, she does this, and I'll just be like, all right, like, like, stop comparing us.
That's just a tactic to break her down, that she doesn't do what you do, and then vice versa. That's just a tactic to just break that down.
And I also told him, like, we also had a conversation. I was like, hey, like, if you want to bring in a girl, can I bring in a guy, or can I talk to a guy? And it was just like, no, that's out of the question. Like, it was, he told her the same thing. He was just like, she can't talk to nobody, I can't talk to nobody, and that we're just gonna just have each other. And also during these 4 days, like, I didn't tell nobody until I came back from LA. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell my mom, my sister. I only told one person, that was just my best friend. So, I wasn't seeing my family, and it was hard because they were questioning. I'm a family person. I see my family a lot, I just moved into this apartment. They want to come over, and I'm just like, nah, chill. Like, like, she started leaving her fucking Monat products in my bathroom, it's cool, whatever. I didn't have a problem, but it was just like, I had to, like, change my life a little bit. And it was hard. I was struggling with a lot of things. And also I had quit my job because I was depressed that week. And I was going through so much stuff. But
I gave you that great referral. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. That wasn't for the police one. I'm sorry. But so we talked we agreed, like, you know, this wasn't how it started, but like we both love him, but we agreed that, you know, she has a bond with him, I have a bond with him, me and her has to make a bond. You know, we have to get to know each other. You know, I told her I don't want to do anything sexual, I'm not there, you know, and it was always okay, you know, but if you guys love each other, eventually you guys are going to want to be sexual with each other, you know. And I was just like, I don't know, but whatever, whatever, you know. So
Honey, move over.
The day before I came back, she had wrote to me. She had wrote something on Instagram, and I was just like, whoa, you know. So I wrote to her, and I was just like, hey, are you okay? And she basically said she was having mixed feelings now. So now she's having mixed feelings. Now she's just like, you know, she's having mixed feelings of what she feels like she deserves. But that she's still trying to be positive. And I think she was having these feelings because while I was gone, he was missing me. He was not wanting to be around her. He was, you know, and it was just like, you're a dickhead. Why you do this? You know, like, you got me. I'm a nice person. You guys are probably like, girl, like, you're too nice. But like, he brought this girl into my life that now, you know, I'm her friend. We're trying to create a bond, and you're feeling this type of way, and now you don't want her around, and now she's coming to me, and now I feel bad. And what am I supposed to say? You know, like, what can I do? I can't do nothing. I can't, you know,
it's not your job.
But I'm trying, you know, and I'm trying to make this girl feel better. And I'm just like, you know, like, I just went through this the other day. You remember, like, we was talking, you made me feel better. Just wait until I come back. Let's just see how this goes. But my plan is, again, I'm selfish, you know, I wanted them to be together so I can leave. And I was like, all right, they have each other, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be easier for me to walk away. So that's why I didn't want him to like let her go, because then I would have to deal with that. I already knew I didn't want to be with him. You know, I knew that if he said, listen, I don't want to be with her, I knew it wasn't going to work. You know, you already did it. You know, even if I'd be like, hey, can you stop talking to her? I knew it wasn't going to work, because then I'm going to think that you're thinking about her because I asked you to let her go. It's not like you was just like, yo, I don't think I fucked up. You know, I'm sorry. I fucked up. But I'm, you know, and because I'm telling you I'm not enough. And because I feel like this, that's why he was acting the way he was acting, because I had told him, you know. So that's why I felt like it wasn't genuine. Like, you know, you're only acting like this because I told you I feel like I'm not enough. If he would have done it and nipped it right in the butt and noticed, like, maybe it would have been different, but honestly, not even. I just can't go back to that. You know, I would not forgive him for that. So I came back, and the first 3 days that I came back, she didn't stay over. We really didn't talk much. And me and him at home it was horrible. It was so whack. It was like, you know, I felt like he missed her. I felt like, you know, it wasn't the same. And I told him that. I was just like, you know, like, why is it whack between us? Like, if this is how it's going to be without her, then like, we shouldn't be together, you know, like. But we ended up trying again. I told her, I invited her over for dinner because I just felt like, obviously, I didn't even talk about it with her, like about it ending. So I kind of wanted a closure myself. So I invited her for dinner. And I don't know, it was a bad choice or a wrong choice that I made, but she ended up staying again, but this time for 2 weeks. She stood over for 2 weeks every day. And I didn't get to write about that, so I'm just going to wing it. But I'm just going to wing it.
Yeah.
So me and her were around each other a lot. Like, I don't work. You know, he works 7 days a week from 12 to 8. So we were either always at his job, just hanging around, or me and her were like shopping, you know, running errands. And I was getting close to her, you know, like I was getting to know her more. We was becoming friends. And me and her, I didn't really have any issues with her. But me and him, we will argue a lot about things. And I can't really remember what, because it wasn't through text messages. It was just always in person. Mm-hmm. But he would know, like, when me and him are by each other, I'm very cuddly. I'm like, oh, all nice and stuff. But then when she was around, I was just like quiet, all to myself. Like, if he touched me, I would be like, and kind of like walk away or whatever. And he would notice that. And it's like, if you notice that, dude, like, there's something, why continue with it?
Yeah.
But at this point, I booked another vacation to Florida, and she went to Puerto Rico. She's going to Puerto Rico. So we had 2 weeks with each other, and those 2 weeks, we talked about either her moving in and stuff like that. And I told my mom, I told my sister, because I couldn't hold it in. And, you know, my sister, they're going to support me no matter what. My mom wasn't okay with it, but like, she's just like, you know what? I don't know what you're doing. I know this is not what you want, but go ahead and experience whatever you want to experience, you know? I still felt every night so like bad, like,
But
you know, that
did you explain it to the people in your family the way you explained it to us, or you just like, oh, it's gonna be a positive thing and we're gonna try this out?
I didn't really get into details that much. You know, they knew that he broke up with me, and what they thought was, are you only doing this to make him happy? Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this because you're lonely? Like, you know, they didn't know what I was doing, you know, but they was just letting me do whatever I want, you know?
Well, they're gonna know now.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, his mom knew. We was always at his mom's house. She was okay with that. And we kind of made it a normal, you know, like we was in public with each other. I would kiss him first, she would kiss him second, you know? And at this point, I was just numb. I just didn't care no more. I just stopped caring. I felt like, you know, they knew I was acting weird. They like, because I kept on, like, I don't know how to explain it. I knew like I was coming home to just deal with this. I had an apartment with this dude, you know, that was just my biggest issue. I can leave, but I'm sharing an apartment with this dude. It's under my name. And if I have places to go, I know he doesn't have place to go. So I would have to be the one to leave. So I was just telling myself, maybe I could just stick this out for a year and just deal with it and just, you know, have fun. I know a year sounds long, but for some reason it goes by so fast for me. And I was just telling myself, maybe I can do this, you know, like, and kind of conditioning myself, you know. And when I noticed I was conditioning myself, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
You were being conditioned. You weren't conditioning yourself.
You weren't conditioning.
I was being conditioned, you know, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I can't do this no more. Like, I had no more motivation to do anything. Like, you know, I was just home, you know, all we did was smoke, you know. He would go to work, we would smoke our fucking brains out, and that was it. We weren't doing anything. And I was just like, this is not me. I can't do this. This is every day. Like, I can't be around this environment. So she booked a vacation to go to Puerto Rico that was planned months ago. And the day she came back from Puerto Rico was the day that I was leaving to Florida. And I really went to LA, guys. It's gonna end up slipping, but I really went to LA. This video is gonna come out, and he's probably.
I know, no, because you said I went to LA, and I was like, did she mean the first time or?
No, yeah, I'm gonna slip up. Whatever. I went to LA. I told him I was going to Florida. I went to LA to hang out with some friends and stuff like that, and I was trying to tell them that I don't want to do this no more, but it was so hard for me. Like, I feel like it's so hard for me to hurt people and to bring people down and, like, you know, let people down. And I just didn't want to do it no more. And I stopped giving him attention.
For regular people, not
but
for people that are causing you the hurt. Like, people that are causing you the hurt and don't give a fuck about your feelings, you can spit in their face. Like, you caused this. Like, you shouldn't feel bad for inflicting the same hurt to them, which it's not even the same because they kind of in it together. And I honestly think they did all this, like this poly stuff, to be like, yo, she'll probably say no, and this is how to fix it.
Yeah, it's true. I just, I don't know. I felt like because I spoke to someone and the person was just like, well, you allowed this to happen. If you would have just been like, no, like, it would have not had happened. You would have felt this way, you know, you would have gone through all these feelings. So I feel like I did, you know, I put myself through this because I wasn't being honest, but what can I do? I went through the experience, and
you're learning from it.
I've learned a lot about myself. I feel like I'm so much stronger. I feel like no one would never, ever, ever make me feel like I'm not enough or I'm not worth anything. Like, ever again. And I know I deserve better. But
absolutely.
So yeah, those 2 weeks, it was rocky, you know, like I was just distancing myself from them, and they were questioning me. They always wanted to talk to me, like, hey, we got to talk to you. And I'm just like, you know, I was disappearing a lot, you know, going somewhere, and then they'd be like, where did you go? Where did you go? And I'm just like, you know, I was hanging out with friends and stuff like that. But so she went to Puerto Rico, and when she went to Puerto Rico, I think that she thought he was gonna miss her and be like how he was when I left to LA the first time, you know. But he didn't care. He didn't give a fuck. And I asked him, I was like, why did you even start this? You know, like, why did you do this? You know, now you're when she's in Puerto Rico, she's telling you how she feels, and you're not caring, and now you're like, don't even want to do this no more. Why you even started this? Like, what was this point? Did you now see, like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but like, did you now see that I was better? That like I was the one, like, you know, like I was enough? Because honestly, like, and it helped build me, like seeing this girl, like before when me and him was together, I was looking at this girl's page all the time, comparing myself, saying, oh, this girl's better. But now that she's actually in my face and I see her, and I'm like, this girl is just the same as me, you know, she's a regular girl, but she's not so special. And I told him, I was like, why?
No.
Hold on a second. No, okay. She's not just like you.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just like you.
Not
you are here.
Very low.
Okay.
But like, I mean, you know,
no, like, I feel like you're making excuses for her.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, the looks, like, you know, like, not just like me. I know that I'm better. You know, I don't like to sound cocky. And I told him this. I'm not trying to be cocky or disrespectful, but like, you know I look better, and I know I'm a better person than her. So why did you even do this? You know, like, and you're going to give me your reason, and it's not going to fix anything. And we're not going to be together because you did this. And it sucks that you fucking did this, because now it's over, and now you're not going to have both. Or maybe she will take you back. I don't know. But I kind of skipped a part. So she went to Puerto Rico.
I love how prepared you are, by the way. This is amazing. Huh? I love how prepared you are, by the way. This is amazing.
I know. Editing is going to be a breeze.
Yeah. So she went to Puerto Rico. He didn't really care. You know, she was getting upset about that. And she was letting me know. She's like, oh, I feel like, you know, he doesn't care about me. And at this point, it's like, I don't know what to say. You know, like, I'm sorry, girl. Like, and that, you know, I don't know what to tell you. So I leave to LA. He picks her up. He drops me off at the airport. He picks her up. And when I get there, I spoke to him. I was like, hey, how are you? How's Emily? And her name is Emily. And he was just like, she didn't stay over. You know, she went home, she took her things, and she's not coming. And I was like, what? Why? Like, you didn't tell me anything about this. Like, I know you had your feelings, but like, why did you end this? And the reason why I'm like, I'm doing this is because, like, fuck, I'm in LA right now. I want to have fun. Now I'm trying to enjoy my summer. Now he ended it with this girl, and now like what's like, you know, he's expected to be with me and thinks that I'm just gonna be with him, and you know, not like that's just it.
We got the 10-minute clock.
So yeah, this is ending soon. So, you know, I was in LA. We reached out to each other a few times, and then we stopped talking. And then I noticed he deleted his Instagram. And actually, I didn't know until like 5 days after. Like, wow, he deleted his Instagram. Like, why? Like, that's crazy. And she still had me on Instagram. And that was just it. Like, it was just, you know, with her, like, I didn't have no closure with her. I didn't speak to anything. We ended it on good terms. I feel like we're on good terms. If you have me on Instagram, you know, like, you like my picture, I feel like that's good terms. He told me that she was okay with it. And that was that. And then I come back from LA, and, you know, now he wants to like be together, and he wants to work on it. And I'm just like,
with who? With her or with you?
With me. Now he's just like, okay, you know, I got rid of her, and let's just focus on us. And now I'm just like in a process of ending it. And that's why I asked you, I was like, I don't know if I should like tell the story unless it's like fully ended, but I'm right now.
No, this is great. But when you say process, what's the process of this? The process of moving out, or the process of just it being over?
So again, like, he's not he's a narcissist, I would say. You know, like I feel like he is. A lot of people tell me he's a narcissist. You guys tell me, and I feel
He's
like he is.
100%.
Well,
So
after this video drops, I'm sure this shit gonna be over. That's for damn sure.
For
no, yeah,
sure.
for sure. That's like, this is like nailing it. Like, oh no, it's definitely gonna be his
And
fault.
good for you. Good riddance.
No, yeah,
like,
I feel good about it too. I'm really happy. There's nothing like that's gonna stop me from like there's nothing.
You have
that's
a
gonna make me
really
stay.
good energy. You have a really good energy. I don't get anything negative from it. Like, I feel like I pick up on that shit very easily. And whatever you've gone through that you've spoken to us about today, I genuinely do not feel like you deserved an ounce of it. And you also did not deserve to put yourself through it. Like, I'm glad you learned from it and stuff like that. But these are not the signs that you have to go with when something tastes bad. Like, know that for the future. You deserve so much more.
I know.
Can I speak on that too? Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God, this whole shit is crazy. And like, just saying that you're in the process, like the way you talked about it, this should be the process. And I don't care. Stop feeling bad for people that don't feel bad for you, because he knew that you were insecure. He knew, because you guys were on and off trying to get things together, that bringing somebody else was going to do that to you. He knew that because he knew you were already insecure going into it. So a person that doesn't care, you do not need to care about their feelings. And people will show you who they are. You just want to make narratives to make them who you want them to be.
Yeah.
He showed you. He showed you the fuck you was.
It's true. And I feel like, again, you know, like I like to try to understand people as much as I can, putting myself in their shoes. You know, again, I appreciate him being honest. And, you know, I feel like that takes a lot of balls for someone, a guy, to like, try to be honest. And, you know, it just sucks because, you know, someone told you they didn't want this and you kind of like was just like, oh, but you got to try, and kind of forced it. And even though this person told you it wasn't going to work.
Oh, he didn't kind of force it. He forced it on you day after day for like a whole fucking month.
Yeah.
This guy,
it's
bro.
just crazy. The result now is just like, you know, we right now we have an apartment together. I told him that I'm leaving. You know, I came back recently from LA, and, you know, this whole thing just ended, you know. So I just basically told him, like, you know, I feel like I deserve better. And his words was, go find better. So I'm gonna go find better, guys.
And
even that is narcissistic, because he thinks that he is the best. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, go find better. I bet you can't find better. Like, that shit,
he is expecting. He said that because he's expecting her to fall back on him at some point. And girl,
I honestly expect that too. I won't be surprised that, you know, they're gonna be together. You know, if they are, then
oh no, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. I feel like he said that to you because he believes that you're gonna fall back on him. You're gonna be like, oh my God, wait, no, I didn't really mean that. And like, you're gonna come back a month later and you guys are gonna work on it again. And like, he needs to really work on himself. And I hope if he watches this fully, he doesn't think that like, we're just painting him as a villain. But honestly, the way he went about this situation is very villainous and very narcissistic, 100%. And you did not deserve that. And you deserve an apology. He needs to apologize to your family. He needs to apologize to that girl, Emily, as well. And she needs to work on her fucking mental health as well, because she literally berated you as a woman. Yeah. And that was unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I agree.
And I hope she hears that come out of my mouth.
I honestly, I don't care. You know, I expect this video. People are going to watch this video, and I don't care what anybody thinks of, you know, of the, you know, what they got to say, what he got to say, what she got to say. I don't feel like personally I said anything bad. You know, I spoke my experience. The only thing was that I wasn't honest with all my feelings with them, and it's okay. You know, it is what it is. I'm sorry I wasn't being fully honest and I prolonged this, but it is what it is. You know, I'm happy I went through it because I feel like I'm stronger. I feel like I would never let anybody ever put me in a situation like that, or just make me feel like I'm not enough or, you know, worthy. And I'm never going to let anybody make me do what I don't want to do, ever. ever in my
Amen.
life.
Are you into?
If
I know you're into yoga and everything. Are you into like spirituality as well?
I am. I
So
try
are
to
you
be.
working? Are you doing your shadow work? Are you working on yourself? Do you know your boundaries? Because I feel like you had boundaries and you let him break down all the boundaries that you had
Yeah.
because you were trying
Yeah,
to be
for
nice to
sure.
this person. You was trying to be nice to that person. Like, do you really know your boundaries and how to hold them and never you know,
I
listen to your
know.
intuition, your higher self.
Yeah, I'm
There you
in the
go.
process right now of, again, it all has to do with my home. So I haven't really done anything spiritual or like, write and journal and stuff like that, talk about my feelings. This is the first time I ever really talk about
And
everything fully.
this
Like,
is good. I feel
it
like this
is
is gonna help you
like
to like get
therapy.
right.
Let go. Like, I feel so like I can let go and I can move on. And this is validation for me to know like I wasn't bugging. He made me feel like I was
You're
bugging.
not. You are
Like
not.
I was just like
And if you are
I shouldn't feel like
journaling,
this.
don't forget to pick up.
Yes, I know. I gotta get one. I'm gonna get one.
But you know what? Also, like, I feel like I hope what people got from this video, if they did tune in fully, is that you came out on the other side after feeling all of these feelings and you know who you are still. Okay. You feel stronger. You know that you're going to make better decisions for yourself. And at the end of the day, you come first. And I feel like this whole episode is really beyond polyamorous. It's more about mental stability and boundaries. And I hope people can see that. And if they're going through the same thing, they can learn something from you, because honestly, I feel like you have so much courage for even like coming out and saying this story. It is the craziest shit I have heard in a long time. Like, it takes a lot to wow me. And this is just,
Imagine
it's
going
blowing
through
my
it, man.
mind. That's exactly what I'm feeling. I feel like I felt like when you were describing certain moments, I feel like I was feeling them, and I was like sitting here freaking agitated and like,
it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling, but I'm happy I kind of went through it, and that I feel like I went through this for a reason. Again, like I feel like I said yes, that I wanted to try for a reason, because at the end of the day, I knew I wasn't okay with this, but I knew I was going to get something from it. I was going to come out with something, stronger. And I knew that. And that's why I feel like I'm happy that I did it.
Honey, do you have anything to say? We have literally 40 seconds.
Yes, I was saying it. Like, I'm cool. If my wife is cool with me talking to a woman, it's because she reads something, she sees some type of energy, she knows the kind of vibrations we're on and stuff like that. And she never questioned me about you. You always supported me. She never looked at you sideways, because you do have this energy. You're into the yoga. And I just want to let you know, keep your boundaries up, keep protecting your energy. You're on the right frequency. Don't be messing with these people on these bottom frequencies. And being different is a superpower. That means you're not brainwashed by everything that's going on around you. You're just going with your intuition and your higher self. And just continue on that path, and you got